Hi everyone, very happy to be hosting a new podcast for you today. So welcome you to this weekend's podcast with me, your host Girish. Today's podcast is basically the result of a conversation I was having with a friend during the week, whereby in the middle of the conversation, I actually just told her that, you could be living in the world right now, physically free, thinking that you've got the freedom of choice, you can actually do whatever you want, but you could actually be trapped in your mind. And on the other hand, you could be physically in the prison, but your mind is actually free, is actually at peace. And you actually feel good, even if physically you're in the prison. So that led me to actually think about this weekend's podcast, which is about how to free your mind. So we're going to discuss a few things you could try, okay, to actually free your mind, to unleash that inner potential, to unleash your inner self, your true self, which you've got inside of you. So before we start, once again, we're going to look at how we're actually trapped in the body and mind. How is it? So basically, we are the slave of our thoughts. We are the slave of our senses. We get guided by our senses and thoughts. For instance, we get happy, we get sad, we get emotional, we get carried away. So basically, we are the slave of our emotions and thoughts because they dictate whatever happens in our life. So how to break free? How to break free of the thoughts and senses? The first thing you can do is you can raise your vibration level. Now, the word vibration seems to be quite fancy, new age and all that. But actually what I mean by raising your vibration is actually being happy. If you think that something external will give you happiness, that will be the main cause of your unhappiness. Because you can't, if you think about it, without being cynicism, you can't really rely on people to be happy. Because people are fighting their own battles and they're trying to discover themselves, basically. And number two, you can't rely on external events to make you happy because you've got no control of them. So happiness is something you need to feel inside of you. And how can you feel happy? You can feel happy by being grateful. You can feel happy. You can raise your vibration by being grateful for the life you've got, for the things you have in your life. You can raise your vibration by appreciating yourself more. Appreciate yourself more rather than criticizing yourself and comparing yourself to others. Find a purpose in your life, a purpose which is beyond your little self. Do something good for the community, do something good for the world. So by doing these things, you actually raise your vibration level. The other thing you could do is to still your mind. Focus on the things you can change and do them. Meditate, pray, if that's your thing, walk in the nature. Anything that stills your mind and works good for you, do that. Raise your level of intuition. Intuition is when you have instant feelings and instant emotions outside of the logical and rational brain. So by stilling the mind and raising your vibration, you're actually going to develop that intuition. Free yourself from your emotions. Realize that you're not your mind. That when an emotion comes and overwhelms you, you can actually, focus on your breathing and let it pass. Just like the clouds in the sky appear and disappear, they pass on. The thoughts also and the emotions are also the same thing. Let them come and go. Don't try to hold on to emotions and thoughts. And don't let them describe you. Don't let them define you. They're just thoughts. They are not you. Be open. Be open to other realities, to other ways of doing. Don't be afraid of change. Try doing things. The root cause of suffering is ignorance. And the more you're open to other realities, the more you're open to trying new things, you're actually going to embrace knowledge. And when you embrace knowledge, suffering will be gone. The next thing you could do is what I always say, and that is dropping your ego, dropping your false self, your desires, beliefs. Drop that idea that everything happens around you. The universe, the world is much bigger than you. It's much bigger than, your mundane life of waking up, your family, going to work and coming back home and sleeping. There's so many things happening outside of you. There's a bigger world, there's a bigger universe waiting outside of you, waiting for you to go and explore it. To drop your ego, drop your little self and explore that other world. Try to communicate with people outside of your comfort zone. Try to see the world and, drop your belief system when you try to explore other things. Look at things from a neutral perspective and learn. Don't just hold on to your belief system and just see life the way you see. Try to listen to other people. By doing that, you will be able to access a great power within you. You'll be able to discover your individual self, your true self, and expand your awareness. Be conscious of your existence. Who are you? You are someone beyond your name, beyond your body, beyond your belief system. You're someone else. Be conscious of that. You're part of something bigger. Be self-aware. Each one of us is born with a gift, is born different. That's why you will see a little baby, when he or she grows up, may develop a big liking towards painting, whereas someone else would be really into maybe construction or acting. That's because each one of us is born different. Realize that. So be self-aware. What makes you unique? Be aware of that. Explore your true identity. Not everyone needs to have the same goals, have the same dreams. Maybe your dream is just to be an amazing artist. Maybe your dream is to be a musician. Maybe your dream is just to be an amazing father or mother, be a great housewife. You don't need to look at what others are doing. You need to let yourself be guided by what you think. What you think or what you feel is your purpose, is your goal. To why discovering yourself in that big journey, stay connected with people. Because without people, you don't exist. Try to imagine your existence, your life, without people. Do you think it will actually exist? Our life becomes lively when we actually interact, when we communicate, when we talk, we explore, we share. So that's what life is. So how can you just be thinking about yourself, thinking about your life, if you're connected that much to people? So the more you give to people, the more you share, the more you're going to grow, and the more you'll be able to express yourself. So my friends, go out there and explore. Explore, raise your vibration, still your mind, free yourself from your emotions, be open to other opinions, to other realities, to other ways of doing. Drop your ego and expand your awareness, and just be you. Be you, because you're born unique, you're born perfect, you're born you. You can only be you. You can't copy someone. You can't be someone else. You can only be you. So just be you in everything. Everything will work out. Everything will work out.